in my zone, fire in my bones, so best believe it's on. Sweat and tears I've invested in this game, so I lay it on the line because I come to do my thing, I'm on.
How is everybody doing this morning? Wanted to come and get at you guys a little bit about this morning's mashup, this morning's news, but I want to get into this thing really fast. I want to play something for you guys that kind of got me a little fired up today. So I'm going to go ahead and I hope I did this right. I'm going to go ahead and play this for you guys and give me your thoughts on what this is all about.
Overreacting, and I really hope that once maybe we can I just people don't get it. Like, most people are stupid, and they're really stupid. Okay, I mean, just being honest, right? So the other day I'm sleeping on my beanbag in my office, and like one of the cleaning people comes by, and she's like, "Hey, I hear you're big CEO." And I was like, shut the up, is what I told her, because I'm like, who are you? I don't need, I'm not looking for the help. Like, maybe I'll donate money to you. And she kind of like took that weird, and she told me, like, I'm a guest here, and I said, I was like, I could buy your family like 300 million times over, okay, and I'd still be a billionaire. Now, this was before everything imploded, but the point is just people are really just, they're just not letting me do what I want to do.
So when you guys hear that, and I hope you guys could hear that, when you guys hear that, I don't know what that does to you guys, but that lets me know right there that Sam has zero, and when I say zero, I mean zero understanding or care of what he's even doing, or what he's even saying, or how he even treats people. I just can't get on board with that. When you start talking to people that way, and you don't understand the significance of what you've just done to people, and you treat people like that, and the privilege that you think that you have, it is overwhelming to me. Nobody just wants to let him do his thing. He did his thing, and he rug pulled the whole industry. And he says people treat it like it's not a big deal, like people are overreacting. People's not overreacting. You stole millions and millions and millions, and possibly, no, not millions, billions of dollars from people. They're not overreacting. This is something that you did. This is what you have going on. And for you to come out and make that statement like that is just completely ridiculous. Will you be in the Twitter space? Yeah, I was about to say that there's a Twitter space today at 12:30 with Sam Bankman-Fried, and I'm going to tell you right now, like, I hope that people ask him the tough questions, and I hope that people really lay it on a line to him, because what he just said today is absolutely absurd. I mean, yesterday is absolutely absurd. This makes everything come together for me as if it wasn't already together for me already. This lets me know that he's privileged. He acts privileged. He wants to be privileged, and he doesn't even understand the significance of what he did. If this was me or you, we would be in jail. And the fact that he is not in jail just lets you know that all the donations that he has given out to both the Democratic and the Republican Party — I'm not going to get into a political debate here — and the political connections that his parents have, lets you know that this is the reason that he's not in jail. And I tell you, this thing stinks. This thing's bad. And for him to come out and just say that, The first time he opens up, it lets you know how ignorant and how stupid he really is. Um, he calls other people ignorant and stupid, and we don't know what we're talking about. This has to be one of the most ignorant, stupid, incompetent people that I have ever seen running a business. And for him to actually have access to some of the biggest players in the business, and he is this dumb, and I'm going to call it for what it is. He is dumb. It is just astounding to me. This man has destroyed people's savings, people's lives, the crypto industry, multiple projects, multiple platforms. And the way that he talks about this and the accountability that he takes for this is absurd. And it just goes to show you how dumb he really is. And the next time that the New York Times or the Washington Post or anybody else comes out and does a fluff piece on him in good old Caroline, and they talk about how good of a people they are, and how they just didn't know any better, and all this stuff, that's all bullshit. And let's just call it for what it is. These guys wrecked people. They knew what they were doing. They didn't give a damn. They don't care about me. They don't care about you. They don't care about the average investor. He says it all. In that piece, he says it all. When he talks about, I can buy your family 2 or 3 times over, that lets you know what type of person he is and what his thought process is. So there's no love lost between me and Sam. I've covered this FTX fiasco at length on this channel, and I'm gonna continue to cover this thing. I'm gonna continue to be on Sam's ass, because this is ridiculous and absurd. And he, like I said before, and I'm going to leave it right here and then we can get into the pre-markets. This has to be the dumbest CEO of any company that I've ever heard speak in my life. He is an absolute idiot, and we'll leave it right there. So the pre-markets, guys, they're all in red. Looks like we're going to start down a little bit today, but we did have a big rally yesterday in the markets after Powell spoke. The markets reacted well to what he said. They're down a little bit today. Maybe when the markets open up, these things can turn green, but right now they're in the red in the pre-markets. Looks like we might be in for a little down day today. But all in all, yesterday was a good rally. Crypto market looks good. The fear and greed index for Bitcoin sitting at 27. It's roughly right about, it's a little bit down from where it was yesterday. We're still in the fear part of this. So yesterday was 29. We're sitting at 27 today. So we're still sitting in some fear, which makes sense given everything that's going on in the crypto industry in general, that we would be that the investors would still be in some sort of fear. So that makes sense. That lines up. So, let's go ahead and look at the crypto bubbles. I want to refresh this so that we can get the most up-to-date stuff here. So right now, the crypto market looks like we're going to start out the day pretty well. A little bit of red going on, but not much. A lot of green. So it looks like the crypto market's performing well, given yesterday's pump. So after Powell spoke, so it looks like we may end up with a pretty decent day in the crypto market in general. But keep in mind, these are pre-markets, so everything can change at the drop of a dime here. So once the markets open at 9:30. But you look at Matic down here, it's up 6.4%, which is a good bump up from yesterday. And we'll get into the price action here in a little bit. Well, actually, we'll do it right now. Bitcoin sitting at $17,118. This is the highest it's been in a while. So Bitcoin's pumping. It's pumping a little bit, and be careful here because we don't know if this is a pump fake or not. So be careful. And few questions. What's your thoughts on the tech situation in China with supply? My thoughts on the tech situation in China with supply is that it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt Apple. It's going to hurt everybody who has their techs over there. It's going to hurt the supply chain. If they're in lockdown and they're currently having their protests and stuff like that, that means that the tech sector itself isn't moving the way that it should. So it's going to hurt production over there, which is going to hurt the stocks over there, which is going to hurt product. Apple's already came out and said that they're not going to be able to get their phones here in time for Christmas, which is showing up in their stock prices. I think you're going to see more and more of that come out as we move forward throughout the days. I think it's going to really hurt the manufacturing piece of that. So I think you're going to see a big downturn because of that. The markets will react to that. And that's why I'm kind of telling everybody, be careful with this Bitcoin pump right now at 17,117. It's solely based off of what Powell said yesterday and how the markets reacted to that. And usually when he speaks, you really get a big pump or dump based on what he says. And yesterday was a pump, but be careful because at the end of the day, there's a lot of external factors that are going to play into this. China being one of them, and the situation that they're in out there. So I think that's going to be an issue with supply chain all the way around and product all the way around. So, but Bitcoin did pump a little bit yesterday. It's still pumping a little bit today, but be careful with this. Ethereum is $1,285 up. It's up a little bit from yesterday. So again, they run together. Be careful. BNB it didn't hit the run that Bitcoin and Ethereum hit yesterday. But it still did okay. It just didn't hit that big run. XRP is at 40 cents. It's up. It's up from like 37 cents to 40 cents. So, it hit a little bit of a run, but call it what you want. Doge hit a run yesterday with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Doge is going to hit. It's going to go up and down based on what Elon says on a day-to-day basis and what he does on a day-to-day basis. So that's kind of where Doge is going to get his pumps and his dump is really going to be based off of what Elon says and how he reacts to everything. And right now there's a Twitter war going on between him and Apple, and we'll figure that out as the days move on whether or not Twitter will still be available on the Apple Play or it won't, and what they're going to do with that. Polygon hit a good run yesterday. It's at 92 cents. It's up pretty good. So what I did yesterday is I did have some Polygon that I've been stacking up on this downturn. I did take some profits off my Polygon yesterday. I didn't completely sell out. But I did take some profits off the top of that, anticipating maybe a downturn at some point in this market. Let's see, going down through here. Solana sitting at $13.85. We've been talking about this for a little while. Be careful with Solana. We don't know where the bottom of Solana is. This FTX fallout and their exposure to Solana is still yet to be known. So be careful with Solana. You know, Solana is not a dead project. It's going to survive, but it's just a matter of how it survives. Will it hit its all-time highs again? I don't know, but the probability of that is highly unlikely. Uniswap token performed well yesterday as well, sitting at $5.80. These are one of these DeFi tokens. As people start to move themselves off of centralized exchanges, Uniswap token could really reap the benefits of that, along with the Pancake Swap token as well. These two could the Pancake Swap and Uniswap could really reap the benefits of what's going on in the market right now. What's your thoughts on XRP being taken off Coinbase wallet? My thoughts on XRP being taken off a Coinbase wallet, the volume is low, so I do understand why they did it. But this is one of the reasons why I don't use Coinbase wallet, because to me it's not a real decentralized wallet. When you can delist coins out of your wallet, it begs the question whether or not you're really decentralized or you're a centralized wallet. So I don't look at Coinbase wallet as being a real decentralized wallet like SafePal and MetaMask if you're able to do things like this. So I'm not a big user of the Coinbase wallet. But the fact that they delisted that and XLM and Ethereum Classic, I believe, and Bitcoin Pay or something like that. I can't remember what the fourth one was, but it doesn't surprise me because XRP is really not getting traded in the United States right now on a massive scale. You got to know where to go get it to get it. So it doesn't surprise me that the volume's low and that they delisted it. I think they will relist it once XRP wins this case and the volume goes up. But the bigger question is, do you really have a DeFi wallet if they're able to take tokens out? That's the real question that people should be asking themselves who are using Coinbase wallet. Stellar, sitting at 8 cents. So sitting at about 8 cents. So it performed well yesterday as well. It's about level. It didn't run with the market, but in these situations, in these times, if it doesn't run with the market, then it performs well. You get your XRP off of Uphold. I get mine off of Pancake Swap. I'm not a big believer in Uphold because of the hold period that they have. I think it's maybe 15 days or something like that if you want to cash out. So I try to keep mine on the decentralized side on Pancake Swap. So that's kind of where I get my XRP, and I keep it in my DeFi wallet just for situations like this that Coinbase had. So I'm just not a fan of Uphold and their hold periods. I'm not a big staker. I don't like to stake things, and I don't like for my stuff to be on hold. When I'm ready to sell, I'm ready to sell. So that's one of the reasons why I never used the Terra Station wallet for Luna Classic either, because they held for 20 days, and I don't want my stuff locked up for that long. Yeah, I have to work to transfer my XRP. It said 30 days. 30 days, huh? It said 30 days for that. Yeah. But try pancake swap on the BNB side, and go over there on the BNB side. Try pancake swap, and you won't have to go through that hold period. I just got it on there because of the gas fees. Yeah. Well, BNB gas fees are really cheap. So if you get it off of pancake swap, gas fees are really cheap on the BNB side. So it may actually cost you less than uphold when you deal with BNB. Gas fees are cheap. So quant guys, I'm a big believer in quant. Quant's sitting at 122 right now. It's up. But with quant, I've kind of swing traded this one a little bit, rather than accumulate it. I was buying it when it was like 109, somewhere in that area. And usually when it gets up to the 125s area, I go ahead and I'll sell out and then go ahead and wait for the dip and buy again. So quant is definitely a coin that everybody should look into. I believe that during the next bull run, this thing's gonna take off. I think it's one of the top ones that I want in my wallet for the bull run. So my plan is when it dips again, to just kind of start buying and holding, instead of swing trading. I may swing trade some of it, but I am going to start to buy and hold some quant here. H bar is up a little bit. It's hovering right between this 4 and 5 cent range. It hasn't been able to break out of this 5 cent range in a while. So good accumulation though. H bar is going to do well in the future, I believe. So if you have a chance to gather some H bar, it's probably a good gather for you if it's something that you want to hold long term and wait for the run. Probably not a bad thing, but keep in mind you want to get that off the exchanges. It's not something that is widely available on a DeFi, and they have their own DeFi wallet, and that's basically the only place that you can transfer it to, which is one of the reasons why I've been holding back on buying more H bar. I just don't want to be in another wallet, I guess, at this point. And you really can't move it to your regular DeFi wallet. It's got to be an H bar wallet. And there's one of them, and I forget the name of it. There's one of them. And it just something I hope that they open up in the future. That H bar gets listed on a couple more of these DeFi wallets that support it. I think it would do the project a little bit. It would do the project good, and it would also do the investors good too. Kronos Crow continues to struggle. It's sitting at 6 cents, 6.5. There's been some struggles with Crow. Crow was a slow mover, kind of like ADA beforehand, and now that it dipped, it still continues to be a slow mover to try to dig itself out of there. I think my thought on Crow is that it's going to survive this mess, but it's going to be a while for that price action to come back up. I think it'll survive. I think it's going to be okay. I think they're big enough where they're going to be able to hold in there until all of this FUD and all this stuff around them starts to shake itself out. They do have to release their balance sheets. They promised to release their balance sheets. They haven't done it yet. It's going to be real interesting to see what is actually on them balance sheets when they do come out, and how they really are backing up your money at this point. But I think crypto.com will survive. It's just a matter of when's this price action going to reflect where they're really truly at from a centralized exchange. And it didn't before they made the big mistake of moving all that money, and it still hasn't climbed itself out of the hole. If you're holding Crow for long-term plays and you're just holding and hodling it, now it's probably a good time to accumulate. But if you're looking to make money fast off of Crow, it's probably not going to happen for you. It's called Hash. It's called Hashpack. Yeah, that's the name of it. Hashpack. Thanks, XXL. I knew it was hash something, but I just think that with HBAR, they would do a lot more volume on the DeFi side if they open that up to more wallets to be able to support that. I just think not a lot of people are opening up multiple DeFi wallets, and especially for one token. So you're glad Crow is down because now you can accumulate. Yeah, I mean, I sold out of my Crow when it was like 15 cents. And I forget what I invested in, but I just swapped it. And then I took a loss on my Crow at 13 cents. I sold out of that, and that's what I used to invest in Quant. At some point, I am going to accumulate some Crow for the long term of the project. I'm going to accumulate it and just probably bury it in a wallet somewhere for a long time as I accumulate it, because I do think Crow has a bright future. I just they need to do something to move that price action along. They've been sitting stale for a little while. When you looked at the price action even before they made the mistake of moving that money, and when you look at that price action before that, well, damn, I guess we got some porn in here, and I'm not even on YouTube to block them. We got some porn in here, and I'm not on YouTube to block them. So I'll just cipher through their comments. But Crow is a small mover. I mean, but I do think that they have a bright future. I think that they have one of the a situation where long term, I think you're really going to see some good price action off of them. But we will we'll see. But I am going to accumulate for the long term here in a little while. If Crow does everything right if Crow does everything right, with them being, if Crow does everything right, and they do what they say that they're going to do in the time frames that they say they're going to do it, Crow has the ability to far exceed their all-time highs. And Crow is one of these, it's a name brand, right? When you think of crypto, a lot of people think of crypto.com. They've done a great job in advertising themselves. They've done a great job in getting their name out there. They've done a great job with celebrities endorsing them. Their commercials are great. Their commercials really hit a lot of people, and they spend a lot of money on them. So Crow is a household name, crypto.com. So they had their upside, their upside is really good. They just have to produce their balance sheets. They have to shake off some of this FUD that they have. They have to prove that they're backing up people's assets. And the partnerships they're making, the places that they're going. like Canada and getting certified and meeting regulatory compliance is going to set them up well in the United States when regulatory compliance comes here. They're going to be one of the exchanges that are set up to succeed in that type of environment. But again, it's really gonna depend on how they handle the situation that they're in right now. And the situation that they're in right now is, they have to produce their balance sheets on how they're backing up your money. And I think they will, and I think their balance sheets will actually be okay. But until they do that, there's always going to be that question in the back of people's head of what is actually what they actually have. So I mean, they gave you a snapshot of what they actually have. It's a real quick snapshot. But they said that they were going to produce more, and I think everybody's just waiting to see that and be able to dig into that. But they definitely are a household name. They definitely are a big player in a centralized exchange game, and I think they're going to come out a winner. If I'm picking winners and losers, I'm going to pick Crow to be a winner in this environment, just because they're already dealing with governments and regulatory restraints right now. So they set themselves up pretty good. Let's look at this on the hourly. Let's see what's going on right now. So on the hourly, guys, it gets a little bit redder. Not bad though. Market looks like it's going to be okay. Today, before the markets open, it actually looks okay. So we're gonna take our wins where we can get them. And right now, this morning on the pre-market is actually a win, I believe. So I think we're looking good. I think we're looking okay. But I will say, pay attention, guys. You guys can see Bitcoin. It's dipping a little bit as the markets start to open. Not much, couple, 30, $40 here and there. But be careful. Be careful of these pumps because the pre-markets themselves, let's go ahead and take a look again at them and see where we're going with these pre-markets. The S&P actually turned green, which is good. And the NASDAQ and the Dow may actually turn green as well before the markets open, because we did have such of a big run yesterday. And there was some positive news that Powell said yesterday, maybe about slowing the rate of rate increases down a little bit. He didn't necessarily say he's going to pivot, but he did say that he was going to slow. So, the markets reacted well to that. And I think we're going to have another good day in the market today. I think we're going to have a day where the markets will open up in a good position. Me too. Crow's a winner. It is a winner. And it's gonna win. It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a little while for them guys to rebound. But I think at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, they're gonna be a winner. They're gonna come out ahead. Just their name recognition alone is gonna help them be a winner. So I think they're going to be here. I think they're going to be here for the long haul. And that's why at some point I'll start accumulating Crow again and stick it in a wallet just for a long-term play. And just sit on it and just wait. And sometimes when you know something's going to be a winner in the long run, you just have to wait. You just have to buy it and wait. And that's kind of the situation we're in with Crow right now. If you believe that it's going to win, do I think that they're going to be the biggest exchange in the United States? No, I don't. Do I think that they're going to be in the top 3? Yeah, I do. I don't think that anybody can catch Binance right now. And I think Binance, when it's all said and done, will be the biggest player, one of the biggest players in the United States. I do think that some of the bigger banks, like Fidelity, JP Morgan, people like that are going to come out with a crypto exchange. Actually, Fidelity already has one that they released. And I think they're going to end up being big players in the game as well for some of your blue chip tokens. So I think there's going to be more competition there, but I think Crow's gonna do okay. And I think that Binance will end up being one of the biggest players in the United States. I think CZ setting himself up for that. Let's go ahead. I want to look at the market cap for crypto today. 8 billion 60. Up a little bit from yesterday, which makes sense with the price action that we seen yesterday. So it's up a little bit. We're still not at that trillion mark, and I don't think that we can even utter the words bull run until we get to 1.5 trillion to even look at it and even start to even make it a thought in our head that we may be setting up for a bull run. I think the last bull run, we were roughly around 3 trillion, somewhere in there, before it started to go down. So half of that is about 1.5 trillion. Then we can start to even utter them words, but I don't even think we need to utter them words until we get to 1.5 trillion as maybe a possibility. So I think that when we get to that 1.5 trillion mark, we can actually start to utter the maybe even start to think about it, but not be in it, but actually start to think about it. And I think anybody that's talking about a bull run before 1.5 trillion doesn't understand the market. You can't have a bull run with a $8 billion market cap. That's not a bull run. That's called a pump. We will take our pumps. We'll take our profit. But you're not in a bull run until that market cap hits trillions and trillions of dollars. So until that happens, we're just gonna pump a little bit here and pump a little bit there, and that's all we're gonna do. And and the only way we're getting to the trillions of dollars, the 1.5 to 3 trillion, is to shake out some of the stuff that's in the market right now, like FTX, BlockFi, Genesis, Three Arrows Capital. We got to settle some of that stuff. We got to settle a lot of the stuff that's really bringing a lot of fear to the industry before we can even think about moving forward in this industry. And I still believe that there's still more FTX fallout to happen. So I don't think we're done seeing the fallout. I don't think we're done seeing some of these centralized exchanges fall a little bit. I think we need to temper our expectations for what we're seeing right now, and we need to temper our expectations for when we're actually going to hit a bull run. And that's okay, because it just gives us time to accumulate before the bull run actually happens. So I'm not too worried about it, but I don't, when people tell you that, oh my God, we're going to go on a bull run, just come over here and look at the market cap. And if the market cap's not sitting at 1.5 trillion, then, you don't even give it a second thought. Bro, you're good. You're good at the crypto. You're good at the crypto breakdown. Thanks. Appreciate it. I believe we'll see the bull run next year. I think we're if we see the bull run next year, it'll be at the second half of next year. It'll be, maybe summertime, maybe even after the summer. And a lot of it depends on what happens with this FTX fallout. A lot of it depends on how this thing shakes out and how long it takes to shake out. I think if this lingers on for a while, you just continually push the bull run back, because in order for us to have a bull run, we have to have big time investors in here. And if we don't have big time investors in here, you're never going to hit a bull run. And big time investors are not coming into a market right now that that is saturated with all this negativity, saturated with all this possible fraud, possible issues. It's not, they're just not going to come in and invest their money. So, until that happens and until we shake this out, you're just not going to get the big time investors. You're not going to get them. So, and until that happens, you're not going to hit a bull run. And them are just the facts. The retail investors will not spark a bull run. There's just not enough money there. You need institutional investors to spark your bull run. And, people may disagree with me on that, and that's okay. We can have that conversation. Money's money. And, the retail investors cannot pump the market up enough to spark that bull run. You need institutional money. And I come from the stock market, so I kind of know how it works. And institutional money is not putting their money in plays where there's this much negativity going around. They would rather wait. They would rather wait it out and see what happens. And they would rather get into the market a little bit late and secure their investors' money than get in early and lose their investors' money. And that's just kind of how they roll. But make no doubt, Fidelity's made a centralized crypto exchange for their investors that will help the market. When it does turn around, it'll help pump the market up with some of the people that deal with Fidelity. And I think, JP Morgan will follow. A lot of the other banks will follow. And that'll bring big institutional money in to your blue chips and to Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, things like that, which will ultimately pump up the meme coin market. So, obviously because you think about it, if your token's attached to Ethereum, when Ethereum runs, your lower market cap tokens will run with it. And it's the same with BNB. If you're on the BNB side, when BNB runs, because you're attached to BNB, you're going to kind of run with it. So as your institutional investors come in and you look at Ethereum and BNB and you look at the tokens that are attached to them, really what you need is Ethereum and BNB to be on that bull run to prop up your lower market cap tokens, so that the investors that are in them will see the gains that they want to see. But you're never going to see the gains that you want to see when Ethereum's sitting at $1,200 and BNB sitting at $300. You're not going to see the bull run. You're not going to see the bull run type of return on investment that you're used to seeing over the past year or so. So when the market was really good and it was pumping, and when you go back and you look at the market when it was pumping, ETH was like $3,000-$4,000. BNB was sitting way up there too. So that's what props the markets up. So you need that institutional money before we can actually dig out of this hole that we're in. But I actually like the hole because it gives everybody a chance to accumulate and build their bags for that particular run. And that's got to be the thought process behind your investment strategies right now, is that you're building for the run. You're not building for tomorrow. Because if you're buying crypto now and think that you're building towards tomorrow, you're going to end up disappointed, and you're probably going to end up bailing out before you see your big return. XRP, people are saying, can spark a bull run if they win the SEC case. I don't necessarily subscribe to that theory. I think XRP will, if they win the SEC case, they'll run, but I don't think it'll spark a bull run, but I think that they'll run. But I think that they'll run again during the bull market. I think they're gonna run up a little bit. They're gonna get relisted on all the exchanges in the United States. That'll cause the run. Will level off at some point, and I'm not making a price prediction on that, but at some point we'll level off. And then when the actual bull market kicks in, you'll see XRP really run. And that's my thought on how XRP is going to play into the bull run. I don't think that they're going to spark a bull run, but I think that they will spark some gains to be made when they do win. But they're not going to flip Bitcoin, and they're not going to flip Ethereum in anytime soon. I know people speculate on that, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. So with that, guys, get myself together and get myself back to work. So appreciate your guys' time. Appreciate your guys' thoughts. Appreciate your guys' comments. Like this channel, subscribe to this channel, share this video out. I try to come to you guys every morning with some sort of news. And I didn't hit the news today. I just want to hit the market, but I did play that Sam Bankman-Fried clip, and you should go back and you should watch that, because that lets you know exactly what he really thinks about you and exactly how he really feels about the average investor, and exactly how he really feels about people in general. And it lets you know that the guy's just a straight freaking idiot. With that, guys, like, subscribe, share to this channel, and I'm out. Thanks.